Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We are still here, day 12 at the Chicago Auto Show, because guess what? We had to stop at the Ram booth, and I have something mean and lean right next door to me. This is it. This is a 2023 Ram TRX. This particular one, as you can see, is a special edition known as the Havoc Edition. But before we get into this monster truck, supercharged, powered V8 of a vehicle, let's talk about what's going on here. Boy, oh boy, it is the horsepower wars between Ram and Ford. Of course, Ram shocking the world with the TRX, especially with the Ford Raptor being a V6 EcoBoost, and kind of laying down the sledgehammer, the smackdown on the Ford Raptor. Ford responded, and Ford Performance got together, and they sent a message with the introduction of the all-new, first time ever, Raptor R. Now the Ram TRX, obviously still doing its thing. We showcased the Ram EV truck from the CES Auto Show. A lot of talk about that. My question is, what do you do? Do you want to go with that old school muscle car power, especially in this Havoc Edition? Or are you waiting to see what the future is going to bring with that new Ram Evolution electrified truck? Let's go ahead, let's dive into this Havoc Edition and see what you're going to do. Right off the bat, the color. This is a specific color to the Havoc Edition called Baja Yellow, and it definitely makes this thing draw your attention like a moth through a flame. Now up front, you're still going to get all the same great touches that a TRX brings, but this is going to be a limited edition. They're not going to produce a ton of these, and it's only for 2023. Now at the front of the business, like I said, still getting that great same LED daytime running lamp, LED turn signals. You got your marker lights built in to that flared fender. And if you want to know something, we talked about how like the Challenger wide body and the Charger wide bodies is 3 inches wider. This is about 9 inches wider when you look at all that extra width to it that's added with the sheet metal and the fender flares. Now on the Havoc Edition, besides the Baja Yellow, you're going to get a monotone grille cover. Everything this satin black, fully functional. I love the way they carve out all of the letters of Ram to flow more air. Guess where they got that from? The Chevrolet flow tie from the 2014 Camaro Z28. We work our way down, more functionality. Of course, you're gonna get those tow hooks. So when the Ram Revolution comes out and owners are running out of battery charge, you'll be able to tow them all the way home so that they could plug in or help them go get a very long extension cord to charge the battery in the Ram Revolution. You have 11.6 inches of ground clearance. Of course, you're gonna have that skid plate protection to protect all the inner bits underneath the bottom of the TRX. And then as we rise up, what I like about the Havoc Edition is not only the color, but you're gonna see some Mopar graphics. First of all, you have an anti-glare strip on the hood. These are very important, especially when that sun is shining you directly in the face. I love the way they have the DOT required auxiliary lights in that functional scoop. And then as Lori kind of curves around, you can see the mighty heat extractors. And then of course that badge, that 6.2 liters of supercharged V8 goodness that's underneath the hood. Now, as we kind of come around, there's gonna be some other touches that are specific to the Havoc Edition. So what you're gonna notice are these beautiful satin black wheels, of course, bead lock, 18-inch wheel with 35-inch Goodyear Wrangler off-road tires. This thing is gonna allow you to grapple the rocks just like the Gracies did in early MMA fighting. Now, you'll see that the way they do the suspension, you got plenty of wheel travel, and it's crazy to think that the heart of the beast is right behind that firewall and that fender wall when it comes to the supercharged V8. Now, coming down the side, I'm gonna have Lori kind of swing around and show that Baja Yellow, just like a nice bright banana with our functional venting on that flared fender. You got blacked out Ram badge. Up top, we're gonna have blacked out on the mirror caps, blacked out on the door handles, and of course your TRX specific running boards with the frame sliders. And what's nice is that you could actually take these off Very easy if you're gonna push this Ram TRX to the outmost limits of the vehicle. Coming down the rest of the side, you'll see that nice satin black TRX on those flared fenders. Really gives it that nice meaty stance. And when you're comparing this to the Ram Revolution, remember, the Revolution has that more contemporary, more modern, futuristic feel. Let me know what you think between the look of the Ram TRX and the Ram Revolution. Coming around back, well, first, before we do that, I'm gonna have Lori show off those bright silver Bilstein shocks made specifically for the TRX. Those are active dampers that actually fine-tune every nanosecond, no matter if you're off-road or on-road, to give you the perfect amount of compression and rebound damping. And the great news is you don't have to do a thing. It does it for you. Coming around the back, we finish off the Havoc Edition. Love the way they got that TRX badge there. Of course, the LED lighting. All of the badging is consistent from front to back, being that nice satin black. And then, of course, if you're gonna have muscle car power underneath the hood, you're gonna have some muscle car looking exhaust, slash cut, oval opening. I love the way it's a nice powder coated black. You got those tow hooks that are gonna pull those lesser trucks out of the mud, out of the quicksand. And yes, even though you have a little over 700 horsepower, you can still do your towing with this truck. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood, since we're talking about good old V8 combustion engines, and see that supercharged Hemi lurking underneath. All right, guys, we got the massive hood popped. Now, looking underneath the hood, you're not gonna see a lot of that muscle car goodness, only because Ram wants to protect, obviously, all the inner bits, especially if you're off-roading and you're going through a very dusty, cloudy area. We don't want that clogging everything up. Plus, remember, this can go through 3 feet of water. So we gotta watch that water intake that might come in through the hood scoop. But underneath, obviously, that plastic covered, there is that Hemi V8, that 6.2 liter supercharged V8 pumping out 702 horsepower, made it to that Torque Flight 8-speed automatic transmission. And remember, the days are numbered for this vehicle. With the push towards of electrification, Ram unveiling the Revolution. This truck, though, 0 to 60 in about 3.5 seconds. And remember, has all of that great 4x4 technology, the 2-speed transfer case. You got the adaptive suspension, massive brakes, and you got that V8 rumble. But why don't we go ahead, we got the Havoc Edition, let's check out the interior and see what's unique about this. All right, guys, we're inside this Havoc Edition 2023 Ram TRX. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, this is one bad mamma jamma. I don't know. I know the future is coming, but I'm liking this present time that we're living in, especially with muscle car power in a truck. My big question is, how much is it? MSRP, with the way this is optioned, starting on a Ram TRX is $89,000. This one, you're looking closer to $100,000. Limited edition. Let's see if you want to get this one or wait for the Ram Revolution. To the door panels, I like what Ram did. All of the yellow contrast stitching, the microfiber suede material, the leather, the Harman Kardon sound system with those beautifully crafted speaker grill covers. You got, of course, the perfect tray in the center for 5 bright Baja yellow Twinkies. And then down below, you could get a 6-inch meatball sub in that back pocket and a 6-inch cold cut combo in the front pocket and 2 Mountain Dews to wash it down. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, look at this. More stitching, great leather, carbon fiber, the TRX badge, and then as you come on in, stepping on that running board, you got your 12-inch infotainment system with the performance pages. We got all the gauges up. You have launch control. You could go through your 4x4 system, the different modes. Everything is easily accessible through this portrait-style screen. You got your AC controls, trailering steer, all your auxiliary lighting, and then down below you got a place for some Jolly Ranchers, 4 USBs, 2 A's and 2 C's, wireless charging, more carbon fiber. This bad boy is gonna control the 8-speed automatic transmission. Of course, we got leather, Alcantara. I love this plate right here. This lets you know that you got the Havoc Edition and what number it is. Very, very cool. Open this up. You could easily put, I would say, 15 Chicago dogs in there. And if you're wondering what's a Chicago dog, that is 14 inches of pure beef pleasure. Put the sauerkraut, the mustard, maybe even a little bit of relish. Talk about relishing. I relish these seats. The leather, the TRX and Baja yellow, leather all the way down, perforated, full electric assist for the passenger, full electric assist for the driver, ginormous panoramic sunroof, and you have a digital rear view mirror, which I can't turn on because we're at the auto show, but digital rear view mirror. Coming over the business end, I want to show you behind the badness of the Havoc Edition TRX. All right, guys, we're behind the wheel of this Baja Yellow Havoc Edition. You got 2 memory seat settings. There is an aluminum sill plate, but I'm gonna zonk it because it should say TRX, and that should be carbon fiber. I do like the aluminum brake pedal and throttle. Of course, we have the Ram all-weather floor mats. That's another 5 extra horsepower. Seat controls within my fingertips, and then you can see there's plenty of room in here. If you need more room, you might have to just get a convertible car and drive around, or cut the top off of this Ram TRX. Steering wheel, like a race car, leather, flat bottom, Alcantara carbon fiber. The Ram that's staring at you wants to lock horns. We got massive metal pedals that are gonna allow you to go through that Torque Flight 8-speed automatic. And then of course you have that massive digital gauge cluster, all clear graphics, and a head-up display, which is fantastic, plus more yellow stitching all over the place. But you know what? It's not just about the people up front. The great news is you get to share 702 horsepower with more than just a friend next to you. Let's get into the back seat and see how your passengers are gonna be freaking out in the Havoc Edition. All right, guys, come on into this carnivorous beast of a truck. Back seat area, I'm telling you, I know that I've lived in some small apartments that actually had less room than what's in the back seat of this TRX. And it's a great place for you to scare the hell out of your passengers as you're going 0 to 60 in almost 3 seconds flat. Backs of the seats, the leather, you have large pockets, easily put a T-bone, maybe a ribeye steak in there. You got more of that yellow stitching. Nice command center with the carbon fiber, just like up front. You got a place to put some Tootsie Rolls, plenty of USB connectivity, heated seats, ventilated seats, home power source. There's nothing missing. I got plenty of room here, and trust me, I wouldn't be just relaxing if you are doing launch control on this. Love the way that the roof with the glass comes very far back. Of course, we have this bad boy, Alcantara, more stitching. Open it up, you could put some Skittles in here, taste the rainbow, or you could put a couple bottles of A1 steak sauce. Literally 2 bottles. And then you could put some forks and some knives here, and you could go to town on those steaks right in the back seat. Especially if you buy one of these and say your significant other kicks you out, you might have to live in this Ram TRX Havoc Edition, and you're gonna need to get some protein for your guns. So good to have all that space back here. I don't know. I know the future is coming, but this Havoc Edition is pretty killer. We got to wrap it up. We will be doing an on-throttle drive of this very soon, so stay tuned for that. But we need to wrap it up here at CAA. All right, guys. I tell you, the Chicago Auto Show, it's the first of the majors for the year, and it's a great way to kick things off. Let me know what you think about this TRX Havoc Edition. Has Ram taken this to the utmost limit, or do you think they have something special up their sleeve? Or are you gonna just say, you know what, it's old school, I'm looking forward to the Ram Revolution? Let me know in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raiti's Rise family. We gotta give it up to that Jurassic Park loving, movie watching, book reading, amazing camera videographer, better known as Lori G. Raiti. Show her some love in that comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.